Hello, I'm Peter Allen, Executive Director of Innovation and Strategy at the Innovation Institute. I am pleased to present the Office of Innovation and Entrepreneurship's 2022 Startup of the Year Award to Lygenesis, and specifically to its founding scientist, Eric Lagasse, Associate Professor of Pathology, and its CEO, Michael Hufford. Lygenesis is a wonderful example of the high caliber startups that Pitt is producing in ever greater numbers as groundbreaking science is combined with the support and resources of an expanding innovation ecosystem at Pitt and in the Pittsburgh region. For over a decade, Dr. Lagasse has been researching the regeneration of a variety of organ tissue types as part of the McGowan Institute of Regenerative Medicine. This kind of work at the McGowan Institute represents the progression of discovery from the pioneering organ transplantation work of the late Dr. Thomas Starzl. A eureka moment occurred when Dr. Lagasse discovered that hepatocyte cells of the liver, when engrafted into the lymph nodes, first in mice, and after being successful there, then in pigs, will grow functional liver tissue. In effect, the lymph nodes acted as bioreactors inside the body, enabling the engrafted cells to proliferate, vascularize, and exert life-saving effects in multiple small and large animal preclinical models. The discovery portended the possibility of growing ectopic liver tissue that would potentially extend the lives of people suffering end-stage liver disease, bridging them to a potential transplant, or even eliminating the need for a transplant at all. Dr. Lagasse took the discovery through the Innovation Institute's first gear commercialization program, where he worked to discover the value the innovation could have for potential customers. It helped that Dr. Lagasse had previous experience working in the biotech industry before entering academia, and that experience enabled him to stay focused on the translational steps required to move an academic discovery into a drug development program. During this time, he was introduced to an entrepreneur in residence at the Innovation Institute, Michael Hufford. Dr. Hufford, a veteran life sciences executive and two-time Pitt alumnus, who had several startup exits under his belt, was impressed through the solid preclinical work that Dr. Lagasse and his co-founder Paolo Fontes, a transplant surgeon who had trained with Dr. Starzl, had done to lay a strong preliminary regulatory framework. Soon after incorporating, the company moved its corporate headquarters into LifeX, the life sciences accelerator and incubator launched by Pitt, and proceeded to raise investment rounds totaling $7 million as it performed the final IND-enabling preclinical work agreed to with the FDA. At the end of 2020, Lygenesis raised an additional $11 million investment round and announced it had received FDA clearance for its IND to conduct a phase 2A study of the safety, tolerability, and efficacy of its first-in-class novel cell therapy for patients with end-stage liver disease, which is currently in progress. If successful, Lygenesis' cell therapies would enable a single donated liver to treat 75 or more patients, representing a remarkable leap of efficiency over the standard of care today, where one donated organ treats one patient. Lygenesis' pipeline includes cell therapies for the pancreas, kidneys, and thymus, using lymph nodes as bioreactors to grow functional ectopic tissues. Most recently, it has also begun a program for the treatment of inborn errors of metabolism in infants that has demonstrated positive in vitro results. These life-threatening disorders make the body unable to properly metabolize food into energy. The company last spring moved into offices in the city's Squirrel Hill neighborhood and is poised for incredible growth right here in Pittsburgh. It gives me great pleasure to present the 2022 Startup of the Year Award to Drs. Eric Lagasse and Michael Hufford of Lygenesis.
Thank you so much, Dr. Allen. We are genuinely thrilled to be awarded the 2022 Startup of the Year from the University of Pittsburgh. I'm Michael Hupford, co-founder and CEO of Lygenesis. I want to start by thanking Evan Fasher, who's been a tireless supporter of ours really from the very start, as well as Dr. Lorenzo Saletti, who originally introduced me to Eric and Lagasse and Paulo Fontes and really started the whole journey with Lygenesis.
And I would like to thank first the people that work in my lab that makes this possible, particularly the two first people that work in the project, Junji Komori and Toshitaka Hopo. Both of them are now surgeons. They were really great. Then also other people that helped to move the project along. Aaron DeWard was one of them, and then Giovanna Francipan and Bing Han. And finally, the transition from the mouse into the pig with Paulo Fontes, which is also very important. Now on the Lygenesis side, I would like to thank Dylan DiNardo from UPMC Enterprise, who really helping us to put together a business presentation. Then Paul Petrovich from the first year program that really helped us to put this together into a nice package for the company, the development of the company. And finally, the long-term support that I got from Bill Wagner from the McGowan Institute for Regenerative Medicine. He's a director there, and George Michalopoulos, the chair of pathology.
And the last thing I'll say is, there's a lot of talk about the bench to bedside translation, and over the past 4 years, that's the journey that we've been on. We are just enrolled our first patient in our phase 2A clinical trial for patients with end-stage liver disease. And so we also now have to thank not only the enormous clinical staff supporting that work, but also the patients themselves now that are enrolling in the trial. So thanks to all of them, and again, thank you so much for this award.
Yeah, thank you.